We want to determine the equations of both of the lines tangent to that circle that also pass through the point 25, 25. Well, this is a rather lengthy solution, as you can see, so I'll just do my best to give you a screenshot of it if that's what you'd like. And now we'll go through it step by step. Well, the first thing we do is we recognize that the curve in question is a circle. The point 25, 25 is way out here, and what we're trying to do is find out what are those 2 points. Okay, so x squared plus y squared equals 25. We're going to figure out the slope of this curve at any point using implicit differentiation. Well, the derivative of x squared with respect to x is 2x. The derivative of y squared with respect to x is 2y, y prime. That's a chain rule application. 2 times y to the 1 times the derivative of y with respect to x. And that equals 0. So we know that 2y, y prime is negative 2x. So y prime is negative 2x over 2y, or in other words, y prime is negative x over y. Now, let xy be a point on the curve that we're looking for. We know that the slope of the curve at that point is negative x over y. We just figured that out using implicit differentiation. But we also know using grade 9 math that the slope of the tangent line at that point is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So the slope of the curve is y minus 25 over x minus 25. Well, at this point now we can multiply both sides by x minus 25 and multiply both sides by y, and what we end up with is y squared minus 25y equaling negative x squared plus 25x. Well, adding x squared to both sides and adding 25y to both sides gives us x squared plus y squared equals 25x plus 25y. Or in other words, 1 equals x plus y, dividing both sides by 25. Well, that means we can solve for x. X is equal to 1 minus y. And since we know that the point xy is on the curve x squared plus y squared equals 25, we can sub in 1 minus y for x. 1 minus y quantity squared plus y squared equals 25. Well, we expand this out. 1 minus 2y plus y squared equals 25. And simplify, and we get to 2 times y minus 4 times y plus 3 equals 0. So that means that y is equal to 4 or y is equal to negative 3. Well, look at our diagram. We see that when y is equal to 4, there are 2 different points at play, and when y is equal to negative 3, there are 2 different points at play. What we do is we solve, we let y be 4, and we get x squared is 9. So that means that either x is negative 3 or x is positive 3. Well, the diagram comes in handy here. Clearly the point we're looking for with a y value of 4 has an x value of negative 3. Similarly, we let y be negative 3, and we're going to try and solve for x. X squared is 16. Well, that could mean that x is 4 or negative 4. Maybe we're looking for this point or this point. Well, clearly, looking at the diagram, we're looking for the point with an x value of positive 4. So the point in question is 4 comma negative 3. And at this point, because the question asked us for the equation of the tangent lines, we're simply going to find the equation of a point, the equation of a line going through negative 3, 4, and 25, 25, as well as the equation of a line going through 4, negative 3, and 25, 25. That work is actually relatively straightforward, especially in comparison to what we just did, and it's shown here.